Hey everyone, I just wanted to do another video of the Crua try by Crua Outdoors. This is a little bit redundant to my last video, but I just wanted to point a couple of things out. There's such attention to detail on this tent. I think I stated that in my last video, but just little touches like these wings that the guy line's attached to. They have a little pouch with a little piece of Velcro there. So you can coil the guy lines up and stash them in those pockets, and that's so nice because it eliminates, you know, the guy lines from getting tangled with each other, caught up in the poles. Just a nice little touch. Here's the vent. I had the first casualty, a little puncture mark on this skirting that goes around the edge of the tent. It's like getting a dent in your new car, but I put some tenacious tape on both sides. It doesn't seem to be under any stress, so I don't think it's really going to worsen. But it's just heartbreaking. Let's do another quick walk around here. I love these big windows. I do wish they opened, though. The plastic window is sealed, so it is yet to be determined how the lack of cross ventilation affects the tent. There's also no high vents. You've got these, you know, those two down there, and you've got the front door, which is gigantic, but we'll see how it goes in the summer. I'm curious if anybody out there who's watching this has used the try in the summer, what your impressions are of it. I'd love to be able to leave the insulation in there to take advantage of the noise dampening and the darkening of the tent. I love the size of this vestibule. I'm about 5'10". I can stand almost straight up in here. It's definitely big enough to hang out in here if it's raining and set some chairs up. I've just got my buddy heater here and my cooking stuff, MSR Pocket Rocket. It's gonna be pad thai for dinner tonight. Haven't tried that one. And there's that rubber mat that I mentioned in the last video. It's a nice size to just make a little area to set up chairs in case it's muddy or something. Alright, so let's go in. Oh, another thing that I wanted to point out is, so you've got the insulation, and there is a big gap here, and you can kind of torque down on the buckles and stuff and draw that in tighter. But I think it's intentionally designed like this so that there's no condensation transfer. And I have seen some condensation on those plastic windows. That's the only spot I've seen it. But, yeah, so there is a bit of a gap here. And I was concerned when I was looking at buying this, because in other videos the gap was apparent, and I was worried that was just going to eat up the interior space a lot. But it really doesn't. And this go around, I've ditched the cot. Because it's going to be a little bit warmer, I'm just using a camping pad on this go around, and getting the cot out of here really increases the interior volume because the walls and stuff are slanted. Having a cot in there just eats up so much space. It's a nice luxury. It's great to get off the ground if it's going to be under freezing, but we'll see how it is tonight. Alright, so again, got these windows, something I think I didn't mention in the last video. This is a nice little touch here too. Got these zippers that allow you to sneak behind the mesh window and get to the cover for the plastic window. So if you're in a situation where you want the venting through that mesh, but you need the privacy and block the light out, you can do it with without having to leave the tent. So that's nice. I know it's a little bit dark, but there's only one attachment point on the inside here. got my scrunched up Lucy light dangling from it now. But I guess I wish there were more of those to do like a gear loft or at least just have another point to hang a light from. I'm sure something could be modified to add some more of those pretty easily. Just got my duffel bag, thermometer, carbon monoxide detector. I'm going to try the Primus Micron lantern tonight. It gets a lot of good reviews. It uses the same fuel as my stove, and a lot of people using it for both light and heat. So I'm curious how it goes for a little heat source. The buddy heater is great, but it just cranks out way too much heat. And even on the lowest setting, it's still like 5 minutes in 20-degree weather, and it's roasting in here, even with all the vents open. So curious to see if that can temper create just a nice steady heat in here tonight. Of course, with the vents open and carbon monoxide detector and fire extinguisher in that pouch there. Those are nice big pouches. I don't think I mentioned that in the last video. One of those on either side. Alright, so as always, if you have any questions, just post them in the remarks, and please subscribe. Thank you.